Désolé. Mm, mm, mm. Good morning, baby. All right. New Yorker's feeling crazy today. All right, let me grab my coffee right here. Yeah. Oh, P, will you bring me the straw? The lid and straw for my coffee. All right. Options, but better. That's right. All right. So, today, this morning, we are dealing with another, and let's just put it the way it is, a in open range. So let me give you your bounds today. And as I was just discussing, that 610 mark is plaguing price yet again. Price is already retraced, now damn near tapped off the top of yesterday's close, which is 605.20. Not all the way. So we're trapped, right? And of course, yes, there's the potential downside play, which seemingly happens overnight, but we're holding on to the same levels that we held on to here, here, and here. What? The lid. Oh, I have it. Ah, my bad. Trading NQ in Texas. Hell yeah, brother. Good morning. What's up, Carlos? All right. Yeah, we shall see. All right. So, today's game plan, right, is I mean, I'm going to keep this super simple. We need to break over pre-market highs, right? We need a 2-hour candle close outside of 610, hourly candle close outside of 610, a 30-minute candle close, honestly, through 610:30. This one, maybe a little bit at 611, but it would be nice to get that 609, which translates to a little pre-market box. So whatever you decide to do, right? Perhaps below 604.87, 604.87, you have 601 off of a retest directly underneath you here. You could aim for that. Obviously, I mean, I don't want to, again, put a pin on this. This is a read and react scenario. There is empty space above. Obviously, we know very, very well that if we could go and pop over 610, the target would be 612. So I'm giving you all of your nice shopping list. Who are you talking about? But this is where again, we're reading and reacting based on what we've fallen underneath. So you could look at a retracement back over 607.75. But this could be a range day. All right, plain and simple. On the 5 minute here, got a sweet little box, and that gives you access to empty space. So we could set an alert, right? Right here. So what you're saying is it's not worth buying. Um, I'm saying that you need to be prepared to react to 610.50 for a potential target of 613 or a 605 break, right, which likely would lead to a 604.90 drop, and that gives you access to this lack of structure, which that's where I think the bigger play could happen here and of course here. So I mean, if you choose to get in before, or front run something, again, that's on you. I'm just giving you the bounds because, again, I want to make sure that I catch an extended move or continuous move out of range. And the plain and simple fact, guys, is that we're so fucking deep in range right now. It's not even funny. I mean, this is now even if we're not including all of this, right? This has been basically since the beginning of February, so a whole month, right, of chop in this range. So it might be more worth it to wait for the break, the eventual and inevitable break. But if we can get outside of these areas that I'm describing to you, like that 613 that I just told you about, which is also the 24-hour candle high right here, which is why that's my suspected price target. If we did have momentum behind us like we did yesterday, anything close to that, we could see the 616, 615 80s. So everything is read and react here this morning, folks, on the cues. IWM is going to be about the same way, right? And that 255 area, we did hit that. We haven't gone, obviously, all the way to go and fill up that 257 area, right? That we saw some weakness and empty price action. Although that 257 area is still a viable target. That's currently what we were fighting to go ahead and grab. So this morning, right, the goal is going to be to get back up above 254, and we'll break this down a little bit further. And then the same box that we punched through yesterday is what we're retesting today. So any drop down below our pre-market lows, and you have a target of 250. Sell top of range, buy bottom, repeat. Nah, I don't do that in range, dude. Absolutely not. I want the break outside of range. I don't trade inside of them. Those are where options decay the most. So let's see here. Am I doing short term or long term trades? Most both. I do both. There we go. All right, let's zoom down here a little bit more. All right, so folks, we're going to be looking at a pop over, right? You can kind of see this right here, the same area. That's going to be around 652.82. You'll have small pockets, ranges, right, to break through 653.72. It's a small range. And then a pre-market box right here, which, again, will signal us a up and out. These are the days, right, that I just sit back and I try to let price work itself out without, me hovering up above it. You need to decide whether it's worth it for you to be trading these small, tiny pockets. If it's not, if you want the bigger break, then you need to look elsewhere. All right, last one is SPY. It's mostly short trades or longer. I take both. I mean, I see higher time frame setups that lead me to taking longer expiration trades, swing trades, but I also trade overnight. I'll swing into something, but in conditions like this, I'll definitely day trade if I see a perfect opportunity, which it has to be perfect. Again, I'm not here for the tiny little moves. I'm not a scalper. I don't look for that type of opportunity in the market. So mostly everything I do is longer or short-term swings, which is still overnight. So these are the easiest days to lose money. Also, the easy to walk away from the market, guys. It is, and I just hope that some people learn that the hard way. I'm not saying that nothing can happen, but I'm saying that we have areas to react to above and below that we should probably keep in mind when we're looking for a bigger move. Yesterday, we filled gaps, retested levels. So we might be finding out that price is having a difficult time buying this, and that could be a lot of up and down in this area. And one thing that I always look for, right, is empty space. And we don't have that anywhere else but the downside. But with that being said, SPY is opening up. It did open up on the floor, so there's a chance to, possibly try to pull yourself up with a 682 target in mind. On the 4 hour, right? Nothing really special here. I don't see anything clear. 2 hour, right? You can already start to see what we're sitting on top of, and that was the box that we punched through yesterday. right? So there is an obvious loss of 674.95. Um, Interesting. Hold on one second. This came out about 40 minutes ago. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said today will be our most intense day of strikes inside of Iran. Iran stands alone. They're badly losing on day 10 of Operation Epic Fury. Miami Area Golf Club. It's fucking crazy, dude. Does he have kids? Does he have kids? I feel bad for the fucking kids, dude. I know he's got to be a dick. So I think the analysis here is under 675. You could look right back down, right to that six. So you do have 673 here and 671.50. So if you can't tell, right, gonna have to be. He's got a kid. Oh boy. Yeah. Uh, it was like 400%, something like that. He's got 7 kids. Jesus Christ. Lord have mercy. Yeah, 678.42 would be step one in getting up, and then obviously dropping down into the box underneath you. So make your decision on what it is that you want to do here today, and whether it's not or whether it's worth your. For day traders, you could definitely see scalpers. You could definitely have some opportunity here for sure. I'm going to spend the first 30 minutes to an hour watching. If we don't pick a direction or we chop or we whip down really quick and then pull ourselves right back up and don't go anywhere, that's where I'll excuse myself, and we'll see what the end of the day brings. So, all right, Joker's doing clapping cheeks and gums. Rivian move pre-market. I'm still holding from last week. You should, if you have $16 calls, you should be able to take some profit on this one. Wee wee. Damn, did I nail that? Damn, I think I nailed that. Fuck. Well, that was a pretty close. I think I had 138 as a target to the upside. See if we can't get a push out of Baba today. This one might come right back down. Neo earnings came out great. That could be a good start. Yeah, good start. Right over 541. All right, it's 9:02. Um, some dude just fell to his knees in the kitchen, in my kitchen. The fuck? I was kidding. It was Zebo. All right, if you guys have anything you want me to take a look at here this morning, I'm gonna obviously take a look at here at Tesla. Again, just an update on this one. The overhead volume is here, and we've tapped that here this morning. So I'm going to set an alert under here. Again, I don't have a plan for any upside. However, a punch through that box could lead to a 415 target. Again, not my trade. Not for me. So Oracle for earnings today. I think I saw that too. 500% on Tesla yesterday. Thank you, brother. Danny. Southern Bell 26. Let's go. Nice. If you guys are in the free, or if you're in the TikTok, feel free to post those gains if you have a chance to screenshot them in the videos below. Oh, it's always nice. All right, now I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. The only time frame here is on the weekly. That makes sense to me, right? That's clear, relatively. And with that, I could say 177. Oracle has this box underneath it. I just don't really see anything that's super clear here. Obviously, assuming that this gets a big pop, the 176 area is the clearest, I think, here. Maybe 190, but again, it is known to give off some pretty solid earnings moves. And I think in the last couple of earnings cycles, it's here it didn't do so hot. So I mean, if you're risking it off of that alone, I say 190, but that's a tough one. That's your first options trade? Was a 500% trade on Tesla? Oh, Lord have mercy. Can you look at this wart on my foot? I told you, farm boy, that we could do that afterwards. Yeah. That's a Dan. That's a that is a lady. She's a Southern Belle, 26. Yeah, no. It does. It fucks with your it makes getting yeah, it makes money a little different. Dude, speaking of $20,000, dude, this is nuts. Look at this. TikTok, look at this shit. $950 on those contracts yesterday at 11 cents. At 11 cents, 280. Dude, that's 22 grand. Give 1,000, get 22 back, bro. And listen, those are the big leaps. Like she obviously held this trade to where it was supposed to go. And she said being patient and trusting your plays pay off. Fuck if that did not pay off, dude. I mean, and those are listen, 22 grand, bro. Like most people, that's like half. That's a teacher's half a year's salary. You know what I mean? Like that's legitimately crazy. I I don't let it. I don't know, man. I just feel good for the moment. You know what I mean? Like I'm proud of myself, but then I don't know. I don't ever. I've always been worried about being a narcissist. You know what I mean? So I don't over complicate compliment myself too much. So I keep the drive. And then I also remember that there's a bunch of other people who haven't made it yet. So I'm like back to work. So I mean, it's a self-preservation plan, you know what I mean? Because I've had my head blow up times in my life just for it to blow up in my face. So anyway, anyway, I caught a 1,900% gain on IWM. Yeah, yeah, that was nuts. That was a crazy trade yesterday. Crazy trade. All right, now uh, go ahead and let's see what other individual equities here we have. Nice move over the 650 on Meta. You in that one? No shit. That one bounced the floor and then retested the top. Boy, if you do not go up, that would be one of the nastiest retests before a breakdown. Period. End of story. It is 660. 660, and you can get to pushing. But it's just like the Qs, actually. This is the 660 is 610 on the Qs. So you see the Qs clear there. Look, let me translate this a little bit better. This bastard right here. That's our plague. I'm serious, guys. Since February 18th, one, two, finally you break, you rip, you pull back, you get stuck underneath. That's a short signal. You drop down, gap down to the floor, you pop, you hit it, you die. You gap down again, you pop, you barely make it to the imbalance in between the two before price gaps down again underneath 6 at 10. You dump. You gap down, you pump, you hit 610 again. What the fuck? Like just Oh, sorry, TikTok. Sorry. So yeah, you look at that on the cues, that overhead right there, and then you look at Meta, tomato, tomato. You know what I mean? Same thing. Sorry about that. Yeah, if you're on TikTok, thank you guys for tapping your screen. All right, now, giant greens due to buyouts. You target those open spaces, or they flatline. So I disengage. Yeah, I love that. That you, yeah, that's exactly what I do. Starbucks up. Listen, you're mud wrestling with a damn salamander right now. It's gonna be tough to wrangle this thing. Um, what? I just came up with that. Yo, Kristen said, "What in the savannah?" Yo, that's a bar right there. That was hilarious. Anyway, what I was it you imagine mud wrestling with a salamander. It's gonna be hard to catch. Anyway, um, like I said yesterday, the candle close was good. There was wicks that still need to be cleared at $100.50. We need strength from this, and honestly, we need a catalyst, or we need market cooperation would be nice because this has, and it's worth paying attention to because of the distance or length of time that it's spent inside of here. But $100.50 has to be cleared. So you're competing with non-emotional AI trading systems, and they still suck. Um, it's so funny, dude, because like so many people are selling bots and like AI bots and just put the setup into AI. Do you know how many probabilities that like if you were to get down to the fucking math behind this, how many probable outcomes they would have to line up? Like not yet. Quantum chips maybe. Shit, I've taught AI how to do my strategy and yeah. Hey man, do you think for today more upside or sideways? There's a good chance for some potential sideways. I mean, knowing with the level that we're hitting today, I mean, there's you can't even say that there's not a chance for some downside. Unfortunately, when you open up in range like this, it's best to wait for that higher time frame range to break, and so that way you have a good idea of where we're actually going. All right, now, Rivian. So, good job if you have those or have any $16 calls. Obviously, this is pretty exciting for you guys. If you did grab those, definitely would be looking at some profit taking on that. This is also the same exact level, right, across the board that we fought with before. And the fact that it's gapping up and opening there, right, obviously can put a dent in the potential. Now, you'll see the wick right here is bouncing off of that, and that is where we would go back down here. So stop losses could be set at 1650, maybe 1639. There is empty space directly up ahead, and so let's look at the lower time frame here. And that emptiness becomes quite saturated. So you have like a weird box right here. Not even a range. Or it is a range, actually. Sorry. And you're at the 50% mark as per motherfucking usual. So above or at 1712, that's where we could see a release in price, and you could start aiming for 1850 and the gap of 1880. So not too far away. You just got some shit you have to hang on to today. 1638 would probably be the last straw there. So when holding an option with visible path to the target, but delta is significantly lower than the theta sell contract and reposition, I would yeah, I would, and that probably means that you're in a shorter expiration contract. So if you see something much longer, but you're and usually that's not the case unless you have something that's expiring really shortly. But yeah, it's always best to reposition if you feel like, even if you get towards halfway in the day and you still feel like that move is tangible, you can roll your contracts or move your money into longer expiration for sure. You got your coffee? I do got my coffee. Coffee. Uh, I asked ChatGPT about your box. It had no idea what it was. Really? If you really, usually goes. I'm curious. Yeah. Yeah, it does. See? Yeah, it knows my strategy. Look at all that. Look at it. The market constantly repeats specific structures, so traders need to chase trades and they wait for the box and empty space. If you'd like, I'd also explain how to draw a Potter box onto a chart. Yeah, show me how to. Yeah. Well, it uses past conversations. People have shown me this on theirs, but I mean, who knows? I don't know. It's not really important to me. All right. Say please. No, we don't talk to clankers that way. Saying clankers sounds so derogatory. It sounds so bad, dude. It's like, oh god. So I explained this yesterday. I mean, yes, over 184 market cooperation. You have the first target. Actually, I believe you can go review this. I actually went over this in class yesterday. So the first target is and will have to be 190.50. You move down into a lower time frame, and it becomes two small ranges directly up above you. And there's those floors are also the same as this one, right? So getting up above that would allow price to possibly move into the 204s, but it's going to be really important that buyers step up today. A lot of sellers have been controlling this level, so if you can get over it, I suspect you could be looking at a pretty solid move to the upside. Yeah, it looks like that 192.75. It's not a bad little, break, intraday break. You just need to be on point. You need to be locked in. It's going to be a yeah. It asked. I just asked it. It said it's a Darvis box, maybe because you asked it before. That's hilarious. It's definitely not, but yeah, maybe Google Gemini. Yeah, you talk if you go on Gemini. Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at it on Google Gemini right now. It's got a pretty good idea of what I'm doing, but anyway, I'm here, so you don't need AI. You don't need those clankers. You're not. I'm not even sure. How would you know? Right? I'm like a synth from the Institute. Um, what else do we got? Drop your request, Nike. Let's see here. Nike's got a candle on the floor here today on the 4 hour. It looks like you're up on the floor on the 24 hour. Oof, not quite. Yeah, you're not. In fact, today, yeah, so you're going to need to secure that. It is not a bad little setup to take a trade up to 58.47, which would be your target right there. Um, that's a tough one. Okay, so you're going to have, I would say 30-minute time frame is going to be key here. Money. That's not a box, by the way. It's just a range. Um, so I would say right now 57.20 would be a great start for sure. And then I mean you pretty much have this isn't really super structural. So I mean, yeah, just get over that 57.18. You can start moving to 57.80. Why is this not a box? Why is that not a box? Why is this not a box, guys? Why is this not a box? Anybody tell me? Not enough touches, right? We don't have we only have one off the bottom, right? And we've got two, I guess, if you will, not really, but off of the top. You hit it, pull back, gap up above it. So you have two off the top and one off the bottom. So it doesn't qualify as a box. If I go to the 15 minute, however, that would be a box, right? That would be a box. So higher time frame, right, might not be clear. This is why we zoom down. Hmm. Yeah, I saw Neo had earnings. Let's see it. Oh my god. Ooh, damn. Almost split myself in half with that yawn. All right, let's see here. Apple. Oh my god, dude, that's applesauce. Oh my god. So I see a range directly up above you, not a box, right? Now it's a box. Perfectly. See, do you guys remember in class? It's easy, right? This is how I spot boxes on lower time frames on higher. I mean, it's got to be the simplest thing in the world, right? You see a bunch of candles side by side, you got a box somewhere on a lower time frame. Period. End of story, right? So the same thing applies right here. Boom, bam. Look at that thing, crisp. Now, what are you trying to grab hold of? Your mom. No, I'm just kidding. But you need a 260 floor, right? And you have 263.42 directly up above you. So goal would be to keep zooming down and look for where you need that candle close to be. That's 260.89 here. 261.16 here on the 30 minute. That's Rocky. That's Rocky right there, baby. You got a lot of obstacles in the way. So, I mean, and this is where thing. I mean, there is a. Oof. Actually, hold on. There we go. Okay, points of contact, right? Clean it up, dude. All right. So above your pre-market high, that's where you have access to maybe shoot up into that 263.44. You're going to need obviously bullish momentum to do this. Underneath you, you've got 257.89. That's where price cannot drop or close underneath. Other than that, you're in range. You're stuck between what you need to go and or where you need to get and where you just came from. Oh, which one, Rogue? No, not your mom. Not your mom specifically. Snow light. Well, first green candle to your left, right? Crispy. Crispier. You're building a fucking pre-market box around your cost basis. That's pretty nutty. Um, so I'm not gonna lie. I see some empty space up there. I see. I mean, this is where things are gonna get weird, right? Because I would assume that you're probably gonna need to touch this, right? And if you can do it quickly, you can reverse and try to break back up onto the floor of 655 and break over your 670. If that doesn't occur, which I would find surprising, it would be that first 685.40 directly overhead. And there is a pocket of empty space here and an opportunity here, which both would allow price to move pretty rapidly. So, Hood, what are you doing to yourself on this one? A little torture? Really? Wow. Okay. Join my Telegram group, link in bio. No, dude, you're terrible at what you do. Nobody wants to do that. When do we get a video of you mud wrestling a salamander on YouTube? Uh, I feel like I would get arrested for animal abuse. As soon as you step into the mud pit, I don't care what you look like, dude. You're going down. Salamanders included. Salamander supremacy. All right. Man. Oh my God, this one stresses me out. This setup stresses me out. I don't know why, but I just get stressed out because I first of all everything in here hot dog water, right? Let it build. I would assume that maybe even some of this would be pretty delicious, but that right there at 85.75, and I'll take it with you. You know, if we get up there, we look like we're going to go for a break. That's great empty space and a great channel potential as well. You could also, right, in the same breath, do this, which would perfectly describe the pinch that you're seeing and why I think you would probably maybe even chop a little bit more. So be careful. That being said, lower time frame, this is the range that you'll likely try to grab at 81.95. So it's a little bit rough on that one. That one I'd probably be letting it cook. Unity software. All right, so we looked at this one yesterday, right, for some potential continuation, just even up to that $23 level. And it was this old cost basis, right, that we've grabbed onto and now trying to push through. We haven't done it this morning here, and we're definitely going to be relying on the cues trying to get their move up and out. Now, retest level directly underneath us as we zoom in. Ooh, that's not great. All right, reality check, right? Because we might have to face the music here today if this one, you know, obviously didn't gap up to where it needed to gap up, and so we might be in a position where we can, you know, get out of the game scot free. Now, I can tell you right now for fucking sure that you do not want to lose 21. So you could make that a point blank, no if, ands, or buts stop loss. Um, yeah, you could make that a stop loss and look for a bounce off of 2080 and then a punch or push back through the range that you created overhead. That could be a better way to trade that. I mean, again, hopefully price can find itself moving back up to try to test 2142 off of that floor. All right, guys, there's 4 minutes to the bell. Okay, so I'm not gonna be able to give you guys top tier analysis on everything. Yeah, that's boy, that's Bomba clot. Uh, Stressing me out, man. I would look for a move over 525, clear your pre-market highs, and then start looking for that 244 or 544. Sorry. Oh, hey. Who's a fucking DJ around here, dude? Dude sucks. There we go. Bomba clot. All right, so APP. That one's gonna keep a tight eye on that one. Can I look at Bitcoin? I sure can. 71.7. 71.7. That's going to be numero uno. And then at that point, I mean, screw the channels. Get out of here. Get on out of here. I would focus pure and simply on that bad boy right here. 72K and 73, basically. Yeah, I know. All right, guys, we got a few minutes here. I got to prep. Good little bounce here. I don't know what strikes you guys have on Baba, but this one, I pretty much anything below 135, and I'm gonna drop it. Okay. That one? What? Which one? Oh, your chart. Why is that out of box? Look at how many points of contact you're lacking, right? That would be more of a box, right? Not, it's actually a range. So you have a pop up, right? And then a solid floor. That would be more boxular. It's not a box. That is a box right here, right? Points of contact. This lacks it. 30 seconds, guys. I gotta prepare myself. Hopefully you are prepared as well. Don't get trapped doing some dumb shit today. All right, we're looking for higher time frame breaks into range. If you see something, say something. Oh, I forgot to move my sprinkler. Electric is yeah, my the calls that I got for IWM, again, I'll get rid of them. Oof, immediate pop. Not my favorite. I don't like that big ass whip right there. Sketchy. You need to, yeah, you can't just do that. I'll look at that chart again in a second, Rogue. Wait, whoa, damn. Look at Baba's spread right now. Look at Baba's spread. Nuts. Let me see if I can sell my contract for 60 bucks. Nope. Wow, did you guys see that I just dropped the ask on those Baba calls? I don't know if anybody has those. I just dropped the ask to 60. IWM is pushing. This is kind of the momentum we need here. Might grab a Baba downside play here. The amount of work that IWM has to do right now and keep it pushing. You got to all this effort and it's got to get up to that 254.15. So, good push. Good push, but we need to push more here. Meta went and tapped that fucking same wick from yesterday, just died off. Look on the 24-hour on IWM real quick. Just get your eyes fixated on this, or on the 2 hour. Sorry. Look, we're engulfing that candle, trying to engulf that candle. So 254.24. You don't need to be on the lower time frame to see that. We need that push up and over. And this is where we're going to meet our floor here. Hello, Mr. Floor. If Baba loses 134.77, you could look at it as a downside play. Here you go. Got the cool shine. Got the cool shine. God, the spread on Baba, dude. Why? You gotta be so spready, dude. Yeah. This could be easily reversed. Yeah, easily. We just wicked that. I mean, big balls. We'll grab some 250s. Anyone else join here instead of the Discord? I think 200 people. Are you talking about people who are in my Discord but show up on TikTok? Uh, if we stay in range today, this is your highest day. I believe that if you look at where we just wicked off of, right? Same wall, same floor, same wick. I grabbed 250s off of it because of the empty space back down to 249. I grabbed some weeklies for the about 35 bucks. Um, I do need to tap for my ADHD. Damn, oh, it's not bad. Interactive Brokers lets you place order with algo fills you between the spreads. That's pretty cool, Eric. Yeah, IWM would need to lose right here. Underneath 252.83, we could see continuation. But this reversal is happening pretty quickly, so it's a good chance it doesn't hold. But this is all going to probably be hot dog water if we don't fucking break in one direction or another. I got my eyes on this empty space underneath us, but I just got a really good fill off of that rejection here at 254. So I'm gonna hold it, and again, I'm not putting a ton of risk on it, but if today fails, you'll get that bottom there. So if we can punch over 254.18, change. But again, remember where we are, right? 24-hour. We're kind of in the middle of nowhere. We do have green candles up above us, so we could look at, again, still potential continuation. But you look at the 4 hour and you're in range. You look at the 2 hour, you're in range. You look at the 1 hour, you're in range. Look at the 30-minute, you're in range. Like a spigot. Yes, you can. Like, can I kick it wicked? Clap your hands to the thick snot of a poet flowing. Rapid block lit. A rapid log zapper. Celsius moving up there. Unity, what are we doing there? All right. I don't know if anybody was able to stop out on Unity, but that one did close or push, lose that wick at $21, moving through that empty space underneath it. Jesus Christ, dude. Yeah, Marvel, that's great. Damn, I kind of called that one. Just didn't get it. Yeah. That one's honestly crazy though with that wick and then candle engulfment. So I still see that 96 target, maybe 98.50. Okay, candles are holding here on IWM. Coin. Oh, leaving empty space. Yeah, inside of this range for sure. Thank you guys for tapping your screen here. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm just watching right now. Mice Marie. I grabbed some off of the rejection. Yeah. I swung some long, and this was the main target that I needed to break. So I grabbed a 250 because I know what the end result is of losing this floor. Right, we're gonna go back to 249. I grab these contracts, sell them for 150, $200, and everything that didn't go right or on the low risk swing to the upside is circumvented. So, um, how's my wife's dress coming along? Uh, well, she finished the bottom of it, but now she's got to make the top. She spent like 120 hours on this thing. So, yeah, I mean, I wish I knew how to help her more, um, like in that area. I don't know anything about fashion. I don't really have any myself. So, but yeah, I mean, she's trying to sell it herself. I've told her to try to put it in the hands of, I mean, I mean, I'm not trying to, pat my own back, but like, I, she helped me. Like our family was in a dire area, right? When I was trying to figure this shit out. And without her, struggling, it wasn't easy. It was not always pretty. It was rough sometimes, but like she held it down. Even through part of that, she had postpartum, you know what I mean? So it's like, she's helping out, trying to, take care of everything. I'm also, in my office trying to figure this shit out. Um, so once it paid off, I started trying to invest in trying to help her fucking get her dream. She's always wanted to be a fashion designer. She's talented, way more talented than I could ever fucking dream of being. At least with reality, I look at candlesticks and figured out a way to make candlesticks work for me. It's not that cool, but yeah, I've gotten her a sewing machine. She's got a big desk, sewing desk. She's got all the stuff. So now I just want to see what I can do to try to help her navigate that space, but I don't know anything about it. Yeah. UAE oil refinery just hit. Yeah, no, Iran hit it themselves. Who fucking knows anymore, dude? Yo, what's up, boss? Sure. Oh, very good. Are you in this? Okay, your first target's right here. You're about to hit it. 206.66. Let's watch it together. Hand in hand. Yeah, I know. And tappy? Tap. Bah! Yeah, there it is. So, what needs to happen in order for you to keep going up? 206.81. Yeah, that's perfect. In order for you to continue moving up, obviously this floor would need to be reclaimed, but because you shot out so quickly, damn, that was a good target right there. Let's look at the 3 minute. Okay, you need to maintain and hold that structure underneath you. You're shooting down pretty quick. You're going to need to find a floor here real quick. Yeah, but give that one a little bit of time, Kristen. That one still needs to bake. Yeah, Hims is going up. Yeah, that one's not. I'm not interested in that one. The contracts are jacked. I left that one alone. All right, IWM still smoking down, dude. Sweet. That was a nice little fill there, me. Still not complete. We still got lots to lose, but you look at this 1 minute here. Okay, yeah, very rocky slide down. Let's see if they pop this thing back up. Is this NQ? Nah, this is not NQ, fam. Okay, so 30-minute candle close. We got 13 minutes. If you close underneath 252.87, higher probability down. This right here, though, this retest, you got very limited amount of time to fill this wick back up. Closer you get to closing to the top of 254, the closer we get to potentially breaking into highs, but not great. I think we need some lady music in here, dude. We're gonna listen to lady music. Yeah, softer vibe in here. Baba looks like wants to complete its move. Listen, dude, I'm ignoring it right now. Oh, there we go. It's Peyton's. Uh-oh. Buyers say no. Wick off of the same floor. Engulfment here. Let's see if this amounts to anything. Again, don't stress out right now in this area. I'm just narrating, okay? Hey, Commonwealth, calm down, dude. 6 US bases have been flattened. Good God, bro. Yeah, weekly is like that week. Ring My Bell. This is a jam, dude. I love this song. Like Regina Spektor, dude. Before I found out she was a Zionist, I used to love her music. You guys need to. That's the make money frequency. That's what I'm talking about, man. Trying to fall in love with some candlesticks right now. Do I trade IWM every day? I trade IWM when the opportunity presents itself, which is, I would say, a little dull today, but we might have a chance here with this. All right, I'm going to go ahead and skedaddle out of these flat puts right now. No harm, no foul. All right. I'll try that again if we lose that floor, though. All right, let's see how we go do at that 254.14 area. Yeah, Hale watched this video the other day, and he didn't say a word. No, I didn't. Hot dog, dude. I don't think we want this smoke, dude. I don't think we want the smoke. Yeah. I think I'm gonna sell half of my position on Rivian. I don't know. Am I being scared right now? Do I need to reevaluate? Yeah, well, I had a chance, you know. Whoa, whoa, hey, yeah, I am entitled, aren't I? Ain't it? You know what? This guy out of here. I don't know. I could. Here's what I'll do. I'll do this just like I do everything else. What's above and what's below? What do we need to grab? That. What do we need to break? This. Where are we at? Here. Okay. Fear's gone. Shut up! You're entitled to significant financial compensation. I don't know. I don't know what you just said. What'd you say? Green Goblin mask? You want me to put it on? Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. Coward. Yeah, a little bit, didn't I? Coward. It's fucked up, man. That's fucked up, man. Interesting. Make love, not Warcraft. Y'all just be saying stuff. Hit Potter, tell Potter, tell Peyton that Tim Gunn said to make it work. She'll understand. Okay, I'll do that. All right, guys, 5 minute here. It looks like we're starting to reclaim the box. Obviously, got out of my shorts. We're okay. All right, no harm, no foul on that one. I liked the rejection trade. Bounced off of where it needed to bounce. Still up for debate, but I see the 254.50 right break, and then at that point, right, we can chalk this up, and 255.50 would be the potential target overhead if we get the floor. All right, so we can be prepared, but let's look for that candle close secure. Everybody being safe today, hopefully. I hope. I don't think you can stream with no shorts on. You wouldn't know. I could have I could I could have a cut off sweatshirt right now. Cut off right at my nipples. Wouldn't know. You know what broke my brain years ago? I went to a college football game and the sportscasters stood up from their desk and they were wearing fucking gym shorts with like nice ass top, overcoats or whatever, blazers. I was like, what? What? Our boys. I never said that. Don't make me try this again, dude. I'll do it again. I'll fucking do it again, dude. Don't fucking try me. Will you fucking stop? Ridiculous, dude. Whoa, whoa, that's not me. Guys, a lot of AI. A lot of AI around here. It's crazy. I grabbed a few more. I just grabbed 250s again, but I'm being a dork, so I'm bored. I I bought four. I still have the 257s from yesterday, yes. I do. Yeah. Hog could be fully out. We'd never know. Hog? You talking about hog? Oh, damn, you're nasty. Hog. Yeah, you wouldn't even know though. You really wouldn't. It's a mystery, isn't it? It's a mystery. Yeah. Just wait for candles to click closed. Again, right now we are fully trapped in range, but just keep your eyes peeled here. Best sauce at Chick-fil-A. Go. You. Oof. Again, if you have massive brass ones and the risk to do it, you could front run a. I'm just gonna throw this out there. You do what you want, but there could be a 601 target down below. Just throwing that out there. Again, you need to make sure you have a good stop loss, all that good shit. But just throwing that out there as a potential. That is a potential, right? Because let me explain myself here. And let me also explain that you have a pre-market box right here with the cost basis, so it's not like you won't have a fucking signal. But TikTok, you guys can't see this right now. You can go to YouTube if you want, brother. Yeah, just keep that in mind. Now Walmart, that's shot through empty space. What'd you touch? What'd you get? You little. Oh wow, that's like that painting from Michelangelo. Hold on. I have to tell you something, Peyton. Yeah. Tim Gunn said, "Make it work." The fashion stuff. Do you know what that means? Yeah, is that the guy? Tim Gunn. I don't know. Anyway, wick to wick on Walmart. And the fact that you're getting pulled down underneath here, man, again, that's doesn't necessarily damn it. Fuck you. Not you, sorry. Okay, there we go. Um, but if you do end up losing your pre-market lows, which I see is 123.80. This thing could be moving in the opposite direction. Yeah, I mean that's where this 3 minute time frame might come in handy here to see how price is responding to that. Because yeah, you could be just the quicker the retest, the better. In fact, look to your point. Look, check this out on the one. You see that right there? That's easy fillings, easy pickings, if you will, right there. Now candle close outside of 124.60. Yeah, that's the guy. Yeah, he said make it work. Yeah, make it work. That guy's awesome. I actually remember from him from when I was a kid. I used to watch that show with my mom. Tyra Banks. Holy fuck. $94 for 4 pack of ink? It's the extra large ones? What is this made of? Something, dude. Hey, listen. I got a bunch of PSA 10s back, and I got 3 cards that are worth $400 a piece. All right, IWM might yank the chain right here and fall back down underneath, following the cues. The cues getting heavier and heavier. If you grab those puts when I said you're already moving in the right direction, and there it is. Where's Benjamin Netanyahu, dude? When I need him. On the 1 hour. I don't see a gap. Yeah, I don't see a gap. Oh, yeah. You're right. 605. I'm sorry. Neil, if you don't send me that shit, put that shit in an envelope right now and overnight that to me. Do you have any idea what I'm dealing with over here? What'd you say? I'm sorry. Yeah. I mean, honestly, dude, I feel like when you get that gap fill, now you're subject to potentially falling further. So, yeah, it's fine. Oh, you can order the big ones. I was just complaining about. Okay. Yeah, the workshop is on my website. You can still take it. You can still join the classes. Oh, color blue. Give me 5 of them. I need 5 of them, man. Just got out of my scalp. Is that a haircut where you got your head shaved or a quick trade that you made in the stock market? I like QQQ. You're getting heavier. Goodbye. I love my hair. Me too. No, I don't actually. Everybody being safe though. I hope today, right? I feel like this morning's analysis, kind of encapsulated us. So if you're trying a couple trades out here and there, I mean I've done the same thing, but obviously keep your risk low and let this thing build. All right, let's be on the right side of the trade. I still have my swing, which was low risk to begin with, so we'll see what that gives. Q's just bounced off of a small 5-minute cost basis, engulfing up their shit. 5-minute on the IWMs, trying to go for that overhead again at 254.13. Let's see. Yeah, let it struggle. Let it do its thing, and then yeah. If you have options on Rivian, I'd be trimming a little bit for sure. You just wicked that red candle. I see 1767 here, but failure is systematic. Constantly profiting off the helpless. Team green like the Celtics. The ones that are making it overzealous. Not even a little bit. You wish. You wish, Malfoy. We had some dude try to be a guru inside of this Discord like 6 years ago. This is 3 rejections off the top, by the way. If this doesn't end up going up, will be your third rejection here. Um, but he came in here and he was like at first he was all cool. He was like one of our students, and I'm sure some of you guys remember Big Steffer, but he changed all of his like profile picture stuff to like Voldemort, and like inevitably, right? I saw it coming. I was like, man, I know this is so stupid, but I was like, the Voldemort thing is literally opening up like a can of worms. Dude's about to like try and start a coup. Bro, I was so fucking right. He had this weird. I don't know. Some people, I just rub people the wrong way. They just can't keep listening to me anymore. All right, this is third. And the blickies popping. Sorry, I listen to the same songs over and over, guys. I got autism. They get blickies popping. First one to confront all of these cycles get recycled. Roll me a blunt so I forget it. Oh shit, last year. Muffins. To one lady, she be regulating on how I feel. Oh, oh, cues. Oh, ain't no use. You gotta walk. Yeah. Chris, yeah. This song's on my playlist, so it just keeps coming up, but wait, on the cues? I see, not really, bro, because by getting the gap, you fall underneath here. So, I mean, yeah, you are falling fast, so you'd have to wick, tap, and then pop back up. So look, zoom into the 3 minute. I'm fucking around. Yo, Neil! Send that to me, dude. I'm gonna overuse the shit out of that. Watch IWM 250. That's where I want it. And again, there is a good play down here to this 249.90 if we can break the lows. However, every single time we pull back, it's with empty space. So don't expect no retest. Same thing with the Qs. What's up, Camellia? And there it is, right there. So you want to wick off of that, or you will see that empty space inside of that 1 minute box. So tread lightly here. I'm fucking around. I'm buying a few contracts here and there, but until we get a confirmation here, which is 250, 244, I'll probably look at something a little bit heftier. Yeah, jam. Hey, Neil. Yeah. Like Doja Cat. Bringing my soldier back. Okay, come by surprise. Brand new. My Baba calls, they're actually up right now, boss. I'm up like 17% on that, man. So I have the liberty of obviously watching it. It actually is building a nice little base down on the 1 minute, 15 minute, but yeah, Baba trades like trash. Baba gaps up fat, and if I the contracts at 135 weren't really my flavor. 137 was fine, but um no, I mean Baba, if you catch it at the right time, man, Baba is actually pretty sweet, man. The way that it moves, it's just a lot of the price actions overnight, so it's a really great swinging stock. Speaking of swinging stock, I need to look at Sony. Yeah, I do. Holy shit. I could play see, this is where I actually would play in a box. All those candles grouped down at the bottom. Just either just simple swing up to 23. And my brand. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I might have to watch that one tonight. We'll see what it does today. Obviously, with the cues being heavier. Buenos dias. Mi llamo Potter. What did Jorge said, "Hola, mi amo Jorge." Oh, that was the best. He's just like me. Mi amo Baba. IWM seems like more likely to actually break up because it's just every time it hits that floor, it pulls itself back up. Qs, again, this build definitely. Oh boy, yeah, that wick here this morning. This could definitely play out really, really well. But the period end of story here, guys, is it is that 604, right? That price would have to close down underneath, and every time we keep dipping really quickly to it, right? It's filling that empty space up above. So we're grinding down to this. This is good, right? This leaves no area to potentially retest if we can retest these areas before we go down. So it's actually not really a bad thing. Am I scalping or swinging? I'm not scalping. I'm looking more for a day trade here, for a lower time frame, 249 retest on the Qs, and then or not on Qs on IWM, and then right now I've got it measured around 602 and 602.25 for a downside play on QQQ. Right now, if you are short, stop losses should probably be centered around that wick at 606.50. You're looking for a breakdown underneath 605.72 here. Obviously, you have the gap fill. If it happens fast, you're going to bounce. No, I did not take KSS. What happened? Oh, Lord, here we go again. Nah, that's not bad. That's just a little good little candle. Me and KSS in a tree, and then I never talked to it again. Nice job, dude. Hell yeah, dude. Had oh Lord. I don't know, but I think we were in a different tree. That's right. It did have earnings. That one carries a lot of short volume too, so it gets squeezed up. Yo, what? Yeah, yeah, for sure. Oh, fruity ass tree. Ugh. Take a deep breath, guys. Straighten your back. Stop sagging. I don't know. Just filling the air. What? Oh my god, they're about to fucking pop this sucker, I think, back up. Right into that green candle here. I'll stay. I think your vet Discord not being in here saying says how great your system. They do it without asking. Yeah, yeah. A lot of people, man. Listen. So actually, I should tell you guys this now. I'm about to give you guys some abandonment therapy. I'm going to be taking a little time away, shortly after the Potterbox workshop is over, and this is actually where people get really they move up. People level when I'm not here, man. People have to actually use the tools that I'm teaching them. They can't ask me. They have to make their own decisions, and this puts people in a position where yeah, you got to start making those executive decisions and using the tools that I've taught you, and you will get better. Especially if you hang out in the study room, but you will get better. Yeah, dude, there is such thing as like you get to a level where you can make your own decisions and my analysis only serves as a variable. You need to see how your own trade and how your own analysis plays out. And yes, I usually see people hit their stride when I leave, which is awesome. See that pop up there right there? I called it. Sorry, I'm just bored. Boing, oing, 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 oing. Look at that, right off my little. Look at that. Don't clip that. Don't clip it, Ivy. You don't take command. You really gonna let him boss you around? Kick him out, Ivy. Kick him out. I see what you've done. You've gotten cool with my assistants. No one complained about Potter not being here while he's gone. He deserves a break. Oh yeah. MJ's trying to prevent JD. That's funny, dude. It's gotta happen, man. No, I know I am validation, but if you can, I want you guys to see that you can do it too, and you can. He's on the way to Hollywood. How Baba? Baba? Oh my God! I'm not up that much. Although we have grabbed the floor. I'm gonna trade with Rusty since you use his system. It'll be. Ivy, let's go ahead and get this guy. No, I'm just kidding. No offense to you, G, but that's the reason I didn't buy Lifetime practicing not need. Dude, totally fine. Yeah, I mean, it's again the goal here is some people don't pay me at all. Some people want to be a part of the Discord because that serves as a tool for them to talk with other people who are using the strategy. But yeah, I mean, 100%, dude. He just bombed the Middle East for the love of the game. Hey, spaghetti, chop the confetti, and he would take those 609s. Oh, nobody's doing that right now. I fuck up the pack. Oh, fuck with the sack. Tell me bring me 300. Brought him like 200 and something. Can I see my, yeah. IWM is having a seizure right now. This is in range trading though, isn't it creating crazy? You know what, Zebo? Why don't you just calm down, buddy? 254.53 is the previous high of day and our pre-market cost basis. Let's see what we get. Explode, Baba. Do it. I might swing these again if we hold what we got, guys. Might hang on to them. Yeah, 130. Yeah, actually, 138 is one of my targets. All right, IWM cost base is here. If we can go for the break, we got 255.50. I'm already. I still have my position from last night, so I added a few, but still not a huge position here. I will call the log. Ooh. I might do Potterbox classes, but I won't do the whole Potterbox again for a long time. I tell you what, dude, just be patient here, bro. This is crazy. Key. So I've closed that off, guys. I don't want, and I don't mean this to be offensive, but if you're gonna join my Discord, you got to take the workshop, right? Or you got to have at least gone through. Like I'm actually in the process of creating a test, and I like a screener, if you will. But it's like, I want people who join the Discord to know what language we speak, know what we're looking for, and because we have too many people who come in here, and they try to like tell me what I should add or they're fresh off of whatever they're doing, but we have a collective here. We're all doing the same thing, and so I want to know that people have actually put in the work to learn this strategy. At that point, for sure. You've been using my method. And that's the thing is, again, I'm trying to create like some sort of screener because, I want to be able to test people's knowledge on my strategy before I let them in. You know what I mean? Because I've worked really hard over the last, and there's still obviously, as you guys can see, knuckleheads that get in here and do dumb shit. But I want everybody to at least have uh, the an idea of what we're doing here and know how to navigate it. So that way, again, not that I don't care or mind if people are in here trying to learn at the same time. Um, but if you've been using my strategy, you can DM me. I don't have any options available for that. Um, but we might open it back up. So hey Potter, what if you buy after you're not here doing the workshop? Buy what? Buy my workshop. You can go through all of the recordings. The workshop's still for sale. I still have last class. You could watch last class. You can watch this class. You can, yeah. All right, dude. Why is he so spooked? Hold on one second. Yeah, poor little guy was freaked the hell out. If you buy the workshop, do you get to keep it or is it for a limited time? I don't do that shit. Yeah, you if you get the workshop, you have it forever. I think that subscription based fucking like, oh, here's a book. This isn't a fucking library. This is Barnes and Noble, baby. You buy the book and you get to keep it. That's the most important thing that I have to offer is the workshop. My strategy. I try to tell people not to prioritize like my Discord because again, you're going to join my Discord if you don't know what I'm doing here and you're going to be confused. And I mean, And I, I've had this debate with a couple of people about maybe letting those people in, because some people do learn best not by me explaining something, but by immersing themselves. But those people, unfortunately, would have to kind of, you can't, like, yeah, in the middle of a trade, you can't ask me what a call and a put is. You know what I mean? Like, that I don't mind answering in the workshop. And I don't mind answering basic questions even during now. Like, I'd be happy to do it. But real quick, guys, because cost basis is refusing, obviously this is all empty space. This is your last fucking chance here, I think, to get up and get out of here. What's the what's the difference between the workshop and the YouTube videos? The workshop is just me teaching, right? Just me going through my whole strategy, explaining, answering questions, versus the YouTube video where I'm usually doing, analysis and then answering a question, or even when I explain it in the YouTube videos, I'm not going fully in depth. Or I am going in depth, but it's on a certain subject and it's all spread out. So if you want everything all in one, like a glossary, that's what the workshop is. All right, we held. Yeah, I do. Oh Lord. Who knew that fateful day on Reddit when my feet flashed across the camera that would change my life? Yeah, well, it's a step-by-step course, so if I don't show you the steps that I'm literally taking with my feet, then it's not going to make any sense. I think the neighbors think I'm selling dope. Actually, speaking of, dude, my neighbor asked me this morning while I was watering my lawn. He asked me, he goes, "Man," this is my third neighbor to do this. He goes, "Man, what do you do?" And I was like, uh, well, I try to answer people without telling them that I trade. I was like, yeah, I created a trading system or an investing system in the stock market. Uh, yeah, it's like, oh, well, okay. I was like, yeah, there you go. It's a little awkward because dude, I get multiple different responses, right? Because I've had people in real life, question me, and then I show them the P&L, or I show them, bank account, and they're like, oh, okay. But it's like the natural assumption is that I am a gambler. That's first. So if I say I'm an analyst, right, or I'm a financial or stock market analyst, like that just doesn't sound as gambly. That's not my fault. That's just the industry that we're in and the people that have made it famous. GameStop basically sealed the fucking deal. So as a youngin, I would dream to getting rich. Ugh, at a white picket fence. Yeah, there you go. A consultant. I yo, yeah. That video that Junior sent, or was it Junior sent it to me last? Yeah, he sent me this video. I'll have to send it. All right. The one of those dudes that were like talking about the Epstein files about how they manipulate the markets, and yeah, the S9 kids, and he goes, we're financial guys. That shit had me dead, dude. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Run it. The ticket, the workshop by itself is 500. But there you go. It might be best. Look at it. Can I hear it? That's my bar right there. I love that bar. Those dudes, honestly, listen, they're you can tell they're knuckleheads. Baba's still making new highs here. If you're still hanging on to Baba, not bad. We're starting to see a nice return here, a little bit better, or a little better here. Um, yeah, they're funny. Listen, they're smart. They're smart in the sense, not in a financial sense, but they decided to create like a show, right? Off of the winning and losing. Like it's all fake, right? But they're getting rich off affiliates and then they're pretending like they're trading and then they get like really mad at each other. Like it's hilarious. That's why it's so smart. And I don't think it's yeah. I don't even know if they intentionally did that. But all right, I'm going to move to the 5 minute here or 15. Okay, so we're still getting yanked down under 254.67. They got to let this thing go. Hold on 1 second. Baba looks okay on the 4 hour. No, I got to be careful what I say on TikTok. I can't repeat that. 15 minute looks good. 5 minute, man. Baba could we could see 137.80 today, maybe. Oh my goodness. My Shayla. Daylight. There's Junior's song right here. Dude, AO, I don't know which one of you guys look at our playlist on YouTube. But I think if you go right to my page, yeah, this one right here, yeah, no, he goes, Dad, people have been looking at my music, dude, and he just puts all of his favorite music on there. Dude, that's one of the coolest things about being a dad right now is a yeah, but I mean, it was like 200 people have looked at it, and he's like, "Dad, 200 people looked at my playlist." I was like, "Let's go." But but he just discovered the Blue Oyster Cult, which I'm a big fan of. All right, real quick, over 255, right? We're looking at a 255.50, so there's a 50-cent move here. In the most recent price action, this is empty space 256 or 256 could be a potential target here. TTI is watching Circle right now. No shit. Oh my god. How did we miss this one? We called this one. Yeah. I forgot about that one. I never had my alert. That was a beautiful punchback. Ivy, will you screenshot this? I need to keep this for tonight's class. That's a setup where you take a longer expiration, 3 months out. Fuck, man, that was a great trade. Baba, what are you doing, girl? She, damn. Now IWM needs to take a page out of that motherfucking book here, buddy. All right, looks like we might clear that overhead here. Pre-market high, 255. This is Orb, right? Six. Oh wait, on Baba? On oh, no shit, man. Yeah. Well, dude, why are you all don't get your whitey tidies in a bunch on this one, dude. You can get back. You could get in. Look at this. Still a good play. No, no, no. Look. I mean, this obviously is entry, but I mean, if we're looking at anything close to what we experienced yesterday, right? The trade right now on the Qs, right, would be a pop over this, and then you'd have 613 as a target. Yeah, and then I mean, we could see 616. So I'm using Claude to make myself a cheat sheet. That's beautiful, dude. Yes, use Claude, use AI. We have these tools now. Nice job, Naveed. That's pretty cool. I'm actually really impressed with Baba today. Holy shit. I mean, usually it's not really a daily move. I mean, sometimes it moves, but damn, dude. Caught a W on that one. Anybody still in Baba? Are you serious? Send me some of those, Jose. That's fucking weird. I'm not even the host. Prices in the middle of a Potter box between cost bases and either wall. What should you do? Yeah, I'm on YouTube. All right, IWM moving out here. Is Jorge risen somebody up right now? Do you hear Jorge? I heard that. Are you risen? Oh. Guys, I think I might hold Baba if we hold this 24-hour candle. Um, I don't know if anybody's in this one with me, but nice W here. Good chop here in the morning to get the final push. Here's the first target here on Qs or on IWM here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. God damn. God damn. Dude. Yo. Baba. Don't fuck Baba. Where's Mike at? We broke the curse, man. Last night, big dog. That's crazy. I thought you were here for sure. Thought I felt your spiritual pressure, dude. All right, is there any lawn guys in here? Anybody on TikTok or YouTube that just loves their lawn? Yeah, but I don't know if that necessarily, he likes lawns, but not the ones that he's necessarily made. Is it a myth that if you water, I'm watering my grass right now at 1050. Am I gonna burn it? Is that even a real thing? Yeah, no, it's 73 outside. It's a little sunny. I mean, it is the morning. Okay, well, yeah, no, it's not. It's not a. It's not. No, I don't. Are you saying that? You saying that light reflects when the half black Messiah raps? Does nobody know where that bar is from? You don't even know where that bar is from, but look at these guys. They don't even know bars. That's J. Cole. That was one of the hard. Huh? Yeah, probably. I'm gonna turn my water off. Water drops, magnifies heat. I got Bobby too, dude. Bobby's my yeah. We got landscapers galore in here, dude. Perfect. This is gonna set up perfectly for our yeah for our compound, the trading compound that I build in the future. Whole lawn's gonna catch on fire. It's hilarious. Nice 100% trade on idea Baba here. Dude, I think I got beef with my neighbor, dude. Yesterday I went to the edge of my property and I blew all the leaves perfectly away from his property and cleared the grass, but I didn't do his side. I don't do that. And he just blew a bunch of fucking leaves in my yard. I think we got beef, dude. Yeah, yeah, it's war. Oh, I got him. I'll go stand out there in nothing but a bathrobe, just stare and look at him right in the eyes while I blow the leaves over the edge. What are you what are you gonna do about it, old man? You know what? I'm gonna burn. Yeah, Lauren said water his grass midday. You know what's mad funny? It's actually not funny. Maybe this is the start of the beef. Yo, Jose, that's fucking beautiful, dude. Hide that, dude. Hide that. Put that away in an archive, dude. I need that. You need to teach me how to do that, dude. Put that away. Hide it. Just record him and be a Karen. Start screaming. No, so I have a oak tree, and I don't know if you guys know this, but oak. I think the leaves and the acorns are poisonous to other plants, and so like all around the tree is like dead. Like the grass is dead, everything's dead, and it's he cannot grow grass because of that tree. Like his whole side of his yard is cooked because a lot of the branches hang over his yard. They spent all last year trying to grow, and yeah, they didn't grow a single blade of grass. That shit is cooked. Yeah. No, he's actually I was he's I don't yeah, I'm not a super big fan of my neighbor to my left of me. He's got very judgy eyes. He's one of those people who forgets he's staring at you, and then when you catch him, he like snaps out of it. Oh my god. You got a bah humbug ass motherfucker. Bah humbug. Listen, real quick, I know we're kind of chatting right now, but if you're in IWM, I'm in IWM 256 here is that 50% mark I want to see, but the possibility is obviously up to the 250. This is all empty. Um, I think, therefore, I am 257. He likes me? Maybe. St. Augustine? Yeah. Oh, dude. See, yeah, we're going. I feel so bad for anybody named Karen. If there's anybody named Karen out there, we're just gonna have a moment of silence for you. Because if you're a nice lady, it's not your fault. Okay, it's not your fault. But go ahead and trim those IWM contracts if you got them. Oh my God, those 257s I swung are back and they got a heartbeat again. Yeah. Karen and Kyle's, yeah, Kyle's and Karen's. We're gonna have a Actually, dude, my one of my old ex brother-in-laws, total douche. I mean, seriously, just super douche. Um, dude, I was making at this point in my career, I was at making $29 an hour. He's one of those dudes who just has to want, like, he's older than me, so like he had to like find some way to sun me, and I was talking about maybe finding a different job. And he was like, "Well, bro, I got you, man. Like, you come and work for at the factory. He make prefab. I just trimmed, by the way, on IWM. But he made like prefab cabinets, and I'm like, oh, okay. So what's the pay look like? He's like, oh, it's like $15 an hour. I was like, okay, is there like a pay raise after a certain amount of time? Like, what are you making? And he was like, oh, I'm at 18. I was like, how long you been there? He's like, 6 years. I was like, what the fuck? Why would you even offer that to me when I just told you I'm making $29 an hour? That's nuts. I was like, I'm trying to move to another job that pays the same. Not, you said Chads are suspects? I've had good experiences with Chads. We got a good Chad in here. We got a Jim Mint 10 PSA rated Chad here. Um, Excellent. I've also one of my good friends, Chad, back in the day, solid dude. A little nuts, but that's what we loved about him. He was like literally exactly what you think. Um, when you hear like, yeah, Chad, like he was that guy. Like never wore a short, only tan khaki cargo shorts, no shoes. He's always ripped. I don't know how. Like he just always had a six pack, long blonde hair that he never took care of. So they like break off on the end. So it's like shoulder length blonde hair that's like bleached. It was like literally a picture perfect Chad. What am I trading? I'm trading IWM, trading Baba, which Baba is ripping metric ass right now. China, 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 China. I make sure to personally vaccinate the president with my lips before he went to China. Sorry. Little RFK came out. Not bad, dude. Damn. I'm gonna trim a little bit of Bob off. You bastard! I'm good, brother. How are you? What are you watching, man? Did you guys just see the Bob? I don't know if anybody saw that on Bob. No, probably not. Never mind. I just sold good little chunk. I brought the bid up for you guys. You what? Yeah, I'm actually legitimately thinking about Sony. Yeah, I might grab some calls on this one. It's in range, but it is coming off the third bounce. So I mean, I'm not opposed to when you build box down at the floor. I'm not opposed to taking this one long, aiming for 23. Not confirmed, again, just building up the third time, but the probability is pretty high, so I'll probably take that one. Is it too late to join your March class? Shiro Girl? No, it's not. You'll have the videos to review that I've already done, and you can obviously, I mean, probably have to spend a whole day watching the videos, but you could catch the live still. So 5:30 every time, Shiro Girl. So do you only people in your Discord get to know what trade you're in? No, I mean I talk about these things at the end of the day. Obviously, yeah, they have a better insight, I suppose, at what I'm watching, what I'm looking at, what targets I have. Probably like you gotta add week or two to that sucker. Um, just aiming for the top of the box. I mean, you can. I'll play with the weeklies on this one too. What is it? Tuesday? Yeah, I'll play weeklies on it as well. But I'll have different contracts for it. So all right, Baba bouncing back up. Not bad. Look at Ashwin State. Ass is fake. Phone fake. One take. Look at it, guys. Look with your eyes. Look at it. Oh my God, cost basis. When am I planning on coming back from leave? I do. Yes. I record everything. All of my cars call. All of my classes are recorded. So it doesn't matter when you get the workshop. You still have access to all the videos. Oh, oh my God, Baba. The best things about this system, man, is I don't feel a sense of unknowing. Part again, one of the things that most people fear is not you just don't know what's happening. Like for example, yesterday I heard a big loud crash in upstairs when nobody else was home, and I went up there and the hangers were shaking, and the door had just slung open, And so I went back downstairs because I fear that. I don't know what just happened. Turns out it's just the cat falling from the top of the closet to the floor and then running away really fast. Not a ghost. I don't fear none of this. No, I'm locked in right now. And even dude, even when we're just casually talking, it's like I that's me. Not I'm not committing energy to something that I already know how I'm navigating it. You know what I mean? Like it's just doing what it's supposed to do. My job is to wait. Hugging the black. Okay, yo, you live in the most haunted city in the country? Yeah, I know that. I have a theory on Ghost that I think could be real. Um, there's a quantum physicist who has proposed a theory that our reality, the reason that we experience it, feel it, see it, is because of the frequency that our atoms are tuned to, right? So it's different. And this is, again, just theoretical, but I think that if that's true, if we can only see the reality that our atoms are the frequency that our atoms are tuned into, that together, the more people that are around, the more solid that reality is. And then when you're alone, and then there's less perception via light, I think that that can allow for us to see or get glimpses of possible other realities, which could be in completely different timelines, which could be what ghosts are, or they're just dead people that are really upset. I don't know, but God, dude, yeah, that one's that that's one of those memories that you don't shake, dude. Yeah, IWM's doing his thing, guys. IWM's doing his thing. If you swung, you should be back in the green. I keep saying this. Potter is a brother. This man said nope and walked away. Then invite me to the cookout. Invite me. Do it. My blown accounts haunt me every day. Yeah, I got the invite to the carne asada, but I'm trying to collect invites. You know what I mean? Like, I want to have the universal invite card. No, I was invited to a hot pot though, which I guess could be the same thing. Oh, it was on the floor. I guess I was then. It was. Damn. There we go. Mr. Worldwide. There you go. Yo, Baba at the highs right now at that open high of 138.60. Absolutely nutty. I've never been to an Indian wedding, but I would love to, Neil. You gonna get married soon? I'll come to your wedding. Um, when are you getting married, Neil? Man, you better where's the shouty at, man? Neil, come on, show her your candlesticks. Oh, we gotta get Neil. We gotta get Neil in the game, dude. Um, do I think we keep going with IWM? I do think that you gotta listen. Everybody needs to know this. The first green candles to your left are going to be the 256.75, and I cannot. I mean, yes, on a lower time frame, I see the possibility of getting up in here, which would alleviate price action and make it. But right now, we are retesting the floor. And so you could potentially speculate at this level on some reversal trades back down if you care to. That's up to you. But obviously, that's going to be step number one. All right. So I just want to make sure everybody's on the same page here. No, nah. Yesterday, you're swinging them for tomorrow, right? Okay. Okay. This is going to be the most important level, I think, to you because right now we can't. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you got floor one, right? And now it's floor two that needs to be recovered. So we don't have the answer to that question yet. Baba, wow, wow. I immediately after I sold those true contracts at that high. Oh, I'm in the zone. Auto zone. All right, real quick, guys. We have a retest right here. Peep game right here. Let's see how we respond. Indian weddings go crazy. Just give me a little head shake. I'm happy. What the fuck? This was your wedding? What flavor do you think you were? Oh my god, dude. You got tossed like a fucking bunch of wings and sauce. Ask my wife. That's got to be fun though. That's got to be so much fun. Although I think water balloons filled with those condiments would also go crazy. See, Neil, look what you're missing out on, dude. It's all yeah, wow, that's right. I bet it did, dude. 580% on Rivian. Nice job, dude. Damn. Little Rivian gain there. Sheesh. Whoa, where did that come from? How do you join my program? Website, potterstockstrading.com, link in my bio. Do not answer any DMs from me. I did not DM you on TikTok, reaching out to you for any copy trading programs. So just keep that in mind. And you got to take the workshop in order to lock in with us. We go from a man slathered in sweet baby rays to that. Yeah, dude. Welcome to the chat, man. Thank you, Navid. Yo, why did somebody send me one of these? What the hell happened to Colin? Yeah, that was a good exit. Yeah, for sure. I'm about to join the server. I don't know about continuation of the downside yet, but all right, it is 11 o'clock though. TikTok, YouTube. I'll see you guys at 12, or excuse me, at 2:30, 3 o'clock. The class is tonight. You guys are welcome to join the Discord. The Discord is on Simple Stacks Invest, or excuse me, PotterStocksTrading.com. That's not a real thing anymore. But otherwise, I'll see you guys this afternoon. All right. Good luck. Be safe. Remember to zoom out. Focus on those higher time frames. Yeah. All right. I'll see you guys at 2:30. All right.